Hey guys, here's Louie. So on this video, I am going to show you how to bench test a blower motor. And the reason I am going to show you how to bench test your blower motor is because here on the 1968 Firebird that I am working on, I'm about to remove the front subframe, subframe from the car, and clean it up, paint it, seam seal where it needs to be seam sealed, and put back the subframe. And then I'm going to be installing the blower motor and the heater box, which that will be on another video. I have it over there at the bench. I'm about to show you. And the important thing of this is that once I have this all set up and painted and all that, I'm going to be moving into fitting the front sheet metal on this car, which it pertains to a lot of cars, the first gen F bodies and many more. And believe me, it's a pain in the butt to try to do all this once you have your fender on. So, I mean, in the ender fender also. I mean, I've done this many times, and believe me, this is the way to go, getting it done right now. So, here at the bench, I have the heater box, your heater cover, your heater box cover. And in this hole right here is where your blower motor will get mounted to and be screwed onto with self-tappers. So let's keep this nice and simple, and I think everybody understands when they see a diagram, or at least it helps. So we are dealing here with 12-volt system, direct to current. And a direct 12-volt current system refers to an electrical system that operates using a power source, which has a constant voltage of 12 volts, delivering direct current, DC. That's what DC stands for, direct current. So here, I'm not an artist, but I try my best for you guys. So here we have our 12 volts power source, which is the battery of the car, 12 volts. And we have the ignition right here. So anytime you guys see a capital IGN, stands for ignition on a wiring diagram. Here's your key. So when you insert the key into the ignition and you just have the first click, it will allow the 12 volts to come into the cockpit. Here is the fuse. So when you see also this little swivelly line like this, it will stand for a fuse. And the blower motor is fused, 100% is fused. Remember, I am working for a 1968 Firebird, but it also goes for a lot of vehicles out there. And you have a relay, to the blower motor, and the electricity will come in here, and then it will go to this part, which is your heater control. That's where you will have your fan speed and different type of settings depending what you have in your car. You also will have the blower motor resistor, and depending what resistance you're putting your fan speed, it's where you're gonna have your high, your low. That what works through the resistor. And as the electricity will go from the heater control to your blower motor at 12 volts. So all this red that you see here, the diagram, stands for power, 12 volts power. And the traditional blower motor, even nowadays, they still look pretty much the same. Right here, this pigtail right here will go and connect to this male connector. And there goes your 12 volts supply to the blower motor. And this is the hamster wheel. It's also called the blower motor wheel. And it will spin it if it's working. Now, blower motor body, that's ground. Okay, so your blower motor body is ground. Anytime you guys see this sign right here, this one right here is the negative to the battery. This one right here at your heater control unit, okay, is also grounded. Here you go, another ground. Okay, it stands for earth ground, or for the vehicles, chassis ground. Please pay attention to all the grounds are on your car. Any little rust will interfere and it will give you headaches. 9 out of 10, funny story, but 9 out of 10, my experience with these old vehicles will be a dirty ground. You know, the contacts are dirty and they rusty. Just take sandpaper, okay, little sandpaper, clean it and put it back together and you should have no problem. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, ignition on, 12 volts goes through into the cockpit, through your fuse, through a relay, into your heater control. Okay, and it will send the signal to your blower motor to spin. And remember, depending what kind of fan control you pick, and through the resistor is where she's gonna either go on the low setting, low, she's gonna go in between, let's call it medium, or fast, which it will be high. Okay, now let's move on to here for you guys to have a better understanding. So here's the heating control to the first gen F bodies. Okay, that's your heating control, and pretty much is generic through 67 through 69, and very common on other classic cars. And that's how she looks right there, and that's your off, that's your fan. Okay, and believe me, as you move this, it will give you the high or low setting. Okay, here's your heater box. Okay, right here with this hole is where your resistor will be for the fan. This one happens to move, be removed. Somebody removed that, I don't know who, but it's missing. We are going to order it to have it on the Lady Bird project. And here's your heater box. If you guys don't know, I'm going to let you know. A lot of different things will come up when I'm going to make the video of restoring your heater box and your heater unit for your first gen F body cars. That's a video that's coming out in the future. And this is the setup I have here to bench test it. Really simple. The body always get ground. Okay, so this is the body of the blower motor. Okay, and there's the male spade sticking out, and here's where you're gonna hook up the connector. Okay, this one had a problem when it got shipped to me, and I was able to fix it. The wire was just loose from shipping, maybe got banged around. Okay, so remember, your 12 volts source is going to be connected to right there. Okay, I will show you the original wire, how they look. And you have to take a sandpaper, which I did, to have a clean ground. And I'm using this vice grip here to clamp down nice and tight. And I'm just using an alligator clip to the negative side of the battery. Okay, and this will be my power source. I will hit it to the battery on the positive side, and we're going to see if this spins. I'm going to break this down visually for you guys. So you have your 12 volts, okay? 12 volts battery. You could test it with a car battery. And you will put a wire here from the 12 volts to the positive side. So remember, your positive side goes to that connector on the blower motor, and on the body of the blower motor you will have a ground. Okay, put an alligator clip just like I did right here. All right, you can even just clip the wire with a vice grip. Just clip a wire with here with the vice grip. You should be good to go. And tap the positive side. The hamster wheel / motor wheel should spin. Okay, that's the setup I have here. Now, just to let you guys know, this battery I have here is for my drills and impacts and all that. It's 24 volts, but she's depleted. So she's less than 24 volts. If that's all that you have, just tap it. It won't do nothing to the unit. But if you leave it there constant, you're asking for trouble. So the original plug is right here. Okay, and it's a black wire with an orange trace. This happens to be for an original 1969 Firebird with AC, which my 69 Firebird is an original AC car, but I deleted that and she just gives me heat now. So believe it or not, that's pretty much generic. This boot connector here is generic for a lot of old classic cars. And the cool thing about how to bench test your blower motor and know how to do it is, because if you ever go out to the junkyard and you're looking for one, you could actually just take your battery that you're using on your impact, take it out, make sure you have 2 wires, and do this setup right at the junkyard. And see if she spins, you'll take it home. There you go, you have one. So once again, the body of the blower motor is it gets ground, okay? So she's grounded. And she's on the negative side of the battery. This is the positive side that goes and feed power from the battery to your blower motor. We are going to tap it and see if this one is good. You see that? She spins excellent. And she was actually really noisy when she came to me. And what I did was I removed this locking screw here. I removed it. I sprayed it with some PB Blaster. I left it there about an hour or so. I pried it very gentle while cracking the plastic. Came off the shaft. I cleaned the shaft. I greased the shaft. I slide back the hamster wheel / blower motor wheel. Put the nut back off. And if you guys hear that, she sounds pretty quiet now. Well, guys, I hope you learned something on this short video. I know it's short and sweet. I will show you more when the next video comes out of how to restore your heater box unit to put it on your classic car. This is it right here. 12 volts going to the blower motor and grounding out the body. Okay, well, just make sure everything here is exactly how I did it on the video, and you shouldn't have no problem. And you should see if your blower motor spins or she don't. Like I always say, keep your hands dirty and your project will move forward. Bye bye now.